us that we are so much alike. That we have so many things in common, irrespective. I'm a Catholic, but the things that we have in common far outweigh those differences that we have, and we all share that same sense of community, that same feeling about doing something special and being faithful to God, and in so doing, being faithful to one another. So it is a privilege to be with you this evening. I thank you for inviting us, and I thank you for letting us be with you. Ramadan Kareem. And thank you for being with me. I'm sorry I can't stay very much longer, but it is a privilege to be with you, and I look forward to being back again and to share our commonality and your celebrations. Thank you very much. A privilege. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
So first, look, what I like to say is that every Friday when I come by, I see how full the lots are, going up and down the street. And we realize that, you're going to be coming in front of the zoning board, and our community is a very friendly community. I'm sure my friend Mr. Sayer, and I don't see Muhammad here yet, but he's okay. So you're going to go in front of the zoning board. All I can tell you is that the people that are surrounding me are not. We're here to help you. We welcome you to Sayreville. What can I say about Sayreville? I'm here 50 years now. And I came from Brooklyn, and I said, all right, what do I do in this place now? So I was no different than you. I was looking for a place. How would I fit in? And I run the biggest children's organization with over 1,500 children. And we're always looking to do more. We're looking to do, now start a cricket organization. But throughout the years, through baseball and softball, and now we do, our soccer program is over 650 kids. We offer so much, but what's important here in Sayreville is that we have a very safe community. When I turn on TV every morning and I listen to the news and I say, oh my, another killing, another shooting, another stabbing. It's terrible. But I can tell you, this doesn't happen here in Sayreville. We have a great police force. We're safe. You could get up. You could walk around. You don't have to fear. None of you. I may be a little lighter but that's fine. I was an outcast. You're not an outcast. You're part of us. Sayreville welcomes you. I welcome you. I welcome you into the Democratic Party. I welcome you, to all that Sayreville has to offer. I will tell you that we're gonna look to see how we could work together to make this happen. Nothing happens easy. There's the temple on Washington Road. There was the ups and downs, but we made it happen. Next month, it's going to go to the zoning board. But you have friends, right here. And the next person I'm going to call up is a very important person. Her name is Shante Nara. She's a commissioner for Middlesex County. And she's a good friend. And she does an awful lot for all of Middlesex County. And Middlesex County has 24 other municipalities, as well as Sayreville and so forth. So on that note, Shanti.
Hello, assalamu alaikum, everyone. I'm very happy to be here, and I will tell you a little bit about my background because I think it's important, and there are a lot of kids here. So I was born in India. I'm Hindu. We came to the U.S. in 1969, but we came to North Brunswick, New Jersey, in 1974. And there were no temples. There were no mosques. There were no Hindu, Buddhist, anything here. We used to go to Pittsburgh for the only Hindu temple, the large one. Then they finally built one in Queens, New York. And when I was growing up here, there was a very, very small community of people who look like us, and certainly who worship like us, and who have cultures like ours. And the one thing I can say is that in all of those years, it's 45 plus, everything has changed in such a beautiful way in New Jersey, but especially here in Middlesex County, because we see so many of these communities who look like us, worship like us, and have cultures like ours growing and being welcomed in all of the towns. And so I will tell you one thing is that when I first became a councilwoman in North Brunswick in 2009. When I won that election, I became the first South Asian woman in the state of New Jersey to ever be on a town council. And then in 2016, when I became a county commissioner, that's what they call us now, I became the first South Asian woman or man in the state of New Jersey. And I say that because I see all these youngsters, and there was one little boy who asked me before, what is a county commissioner? And I told him, and he said, and I think his father was saying, maybe one day you can, right? We've never had a Muslim county commissioner in Middlesex County, and we have the most diverse county in the state. So any of you guys can do it. I hope one of your older brothers and sisters does it first, right? Because I'd like it to be sooner than later. But this beautiful community is welcome. Tom has said that. The people here in Sayreville really do mean that. And I'm so grateful to be here. And I make it a point as a Hindu, because just because I'm Hindu, I don't represent just Hindus. And I make it a point to tell everyone I represent everybody in Middlesex. But I do make a special effort to come to these events because we all are aware what goes on in the world, and there are a lot of places where you don't always see this community, especially between Hindus and Muslims, right? So I make it a special effort for all of you to know that I am also your county commissioner. You can come and reach out to me and anyone in the board for anything that you need. You can just go on our website. You'll see all our pictures. If you click on that, you can send an email directly to us. So once again, thank you so much for asking us here for Iftar, and Ramadan Mubarak, everyone. Thank you.
And she does come to every event that she could possibly come. I mean, she's out there. She was this afternoon. I had the opening day for the organization, and she was there, as well as some of the other people that are sitting up here. The next person I want to bring up is your councilwoman. I call her the brick of my house, because without that brick, my house would fall down. Mary Novak has been, a council person on and off for over 20 years, but she's the longest term council person. And so on that note, I'd like to ask Mary to come up and say a couple of words.
Hi, as Tom said, my name is Mary Novak. On a personal note, I've been married 47 years. I have 4 children and 10 grandchildren, hopefully one on the way. I'm serving my 18th year on the council. As Tom said, I was on back in the 90s. I was off for a while, and now I've been back on. This is my 12th year. Most of the time, I have been involved in public works area. This year, though, I happen to be in charge of finance, and I'd like to say we have worked extremely hard. The tax rate for Sayreville is only going to be an increase of 1.5 cents. It hasn't been that low since the 90s. Excuse me? Yeah, well, no, actually, I think the last time it was this low was back in the 90s. But anyway, I am very easy to reach. You can email me at mnovak@sayreville.com. I will respond to everybody. I have to be honest and say, not everybody will be happy. I may have to say no, or I don't know, I'll get back to you, but I always respond to everybody. Our council meetings are twice a month, the second and fourth. It's the second and fourth or first and third? It's Monday night, our next council meeting. And we are now on Zoom as well as being live in the council chambers. I prefer live in the council chambers, but there's a lot of people for a lot of different reasons that can't do that. So we're on Zoom now, so we have a lot of participation. I'd like to see you all, either in person or on the screen, asking all the questions you want. And thank you very much for inviting me tonight. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Mary. Just some of the other council people could not make it. Vinnie Conti had it. It was his wife's birthday, so she gave him an ultimatum. So Donna Roberts is away. Michelle Marr, as well as it is her birthday, she's down in Disney. So they couldn't make it, but they also welcome you to Sayreville. It's very important that you know how much you are welcomed here in Sayreville. And I know this is a small piece. I believe we have a prayer on May the 2nd. Is that correct? At Kennedy Park, because I already heard about that. And you're going to have over 1,000 people, more than 1,000 people. And I'll be there with Democratic registration. Make sure you vote. Because, look, not because we are Democrats up here. We're the people that make things happen. And I'm going to bring up a gentleman that has been here for a long time and who is on planning boards and so forth. And we have things that are going to happen in the next couple of years, like the Best Pro Shop. And we need revenue. And maybe not everybody agrees how we're going to get this revenue, but we're going to do our best. And as Mary said, 1.5. They did everything they could to lower it to that amount without losing services. We have the greatest services in Middlesex County. We all know. We don't pay for our sanitation. We don't pay to get our garbage picked up. I'm going to have to charge here because he's. But look, I'm sorry that the other council people couldn't make it, but they want you to know that they do welcome you. On that note, I want to call up Jimmy Robinson. Jimmy has been around a long time, and he has probably the most knowledge of what goes on, with the planning board, zoning boards. He's involved, he sees, he interacts with the people. So on that note, Jimmy, would you come up and say a couple of words?
Thank you, Chairman. My name is Jim Robinson, and I am really pleased to be here. I appreciate the invitation, especially this month, the holiest of months. And it is a time where Ramadan and Passover and Easter coincide. So it really is an especially holy month. I live about a mile away from here. I live over by Shamir, who lives on Jackson Avenue, and I'm a block over. And I'm up and down Ernston Road all the time. And this morning, I was going to see my grandson. And when Tom said I've been around a long time, he means I'm old. And so I was driving on Ernston Road, and because I am old, I thought of some things. When I was thinking about this center coming to town, I thought of some things. And I wanted to remember them, so I jotted some of them down. And some folks here might remember it was about 45 years ago that then Governor Byrne came to Sayreville to dedicate the Ohav Shalom Temple, which is just about 1,000 feet from here. That's technically an old bridge, but it's just about 1,000 feet. And it was such a wonderful thing. We celebrated that. Having a Jewish temple in town enhanced the community. Rabbi Port, some of you might remember Rabbi Port. He used to live over here on Frederick Place, and Mary, I think he moved over by you to White Oaks. He was a pillar of the community. And having Temple Ohav Shalom made Sayreville a better, richer community. And almost 30 years ago, when I was the chairman of the planning board at the time, the Dwarkadish Temple came to town. And I helped Dwarkadish. They had a little bit rougher road. And the town itself and the government was not as accepting as they should have been. But we have learned from that. We have become a better community because of that. And they went through and they got their land use approvals, and they too are now a part of the community. And we are a more welcoming community because of Ohav Shalom and Dwarkadish. And because of that approval, going forward for other centers of faith should be easier. And I know you're in the process of seeking those approvals. You know, every year before COVID, I would go to Africa for a month. I have a son who I adopted who's from Kenya, and we would go there for a month every year. And in 2014, we stayed in a Muslim compound. We were in a house in Nairobi, right across the street from a mosque. And every morning, now some of you might know what I'm going to say, and some of you might not, but every morning at 6 o'clock is the call to prayer. And the call to prayer is through these gigantic speakers that you can hear all throughout the compound. And you can certainly hear very, very well if you're in the house across the street from the mosque. And so my first morning there was my introduction to the very loud call to prayer. You know, I am a Polish, Irish, Catholic kid from Sayreville, so I'm used to the bells at Our Lady of Victories at noontime, but this was a lot louder. So after the call to prayer every morning, and everybody would come to the mosque, all the men would come to the mosque, I would go outside afterwards, because I was up anyway, and I would speak to the folks there. And I learned about the faith. And I learned about the 5 pillars. Maybe I remember them. Maybe I'm going to embarrass. Profession of faith, prayer, fasting, zakat, that's the almsgiving, the 2.5%, and the pilgrimage. Is that all 5? Okay. And considering the people that taught me that their first language was Swahili, I guess I did pretty good with that. And that was in 2014. In 2016, on our trip over there, we would always stop someplace on the way to Kenya. And in 2016, my son wanted to stop in Istanbul. So we stopped and we visited the Blue Mosque. And some folks might remember it was about 3 weeks after we were there. There was a terrible tragedy. There was a shooting at the Blue Mosque where I think 10 people were killed and many were injured. But from those things, I understand the deep feelings people have about their religion and how important it is to them and to everyone, to society as a whole, that they be allowed to practice those religions. as somebody who used to be more involved in the town, I respect the value of religion in a community and how it strengthens and bonds a community. Religion and religious centers and religious people are good for a community. They make a community a better place. A number of us have talked about the importance of the land use approvals. I have gone through that with Dwarkadish. I learned a little bit about that. I have said before that I will help where I can. It's important. It's important to you and to us that you go through that process and you do things the right way. And I'm sure you wouldn't want to do it any other way than the right way. And I will help you in any way I can with that. Most of all, welcome. I'm glad it's after 7, so we're no longer fasting. And God and Allah bless us all. Thank you.
Thank you, Jimmy. And he means what he says about as far as helping. Okay. So we only got 5 minutes. I just want to briefly, this young lady here is Janet. Janet is one of our deputy chairs as well as our committee people at the Democratic Party. Jimmy's also a committee person. I have him. And we have Damon Enriquez. Damon is running for council this year, okay? So he's going to need your vote. He was a councilman, and I'll let him say a couple of words. He's been here before, so Damon?
Thank you. Sorry for my tardiness. I'm actually a football coach for the for our flag league for actually coached 3rd and 4th graders. I had unfortunately a doubleheader tonight, so I had to coach 2 games. So that's why I'm a little late tonight. I just want to thank everybody for having us, and I'd like to welcome you all to our community and anything we could do. I've been on the council before. I'm trying to get back on it with your help. We're an open door. Anything you ever need, just please come and ask, and we'll be accommodating. Thank you.
So very quickly, before I invite the next gentleman, young gentleman, his wife just had a baby boy a couple of weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, correct? And it's his second boy, and this is Kevin Delina. And Kevin, why don't you get up and say a couple of words?
Hi, everyone. Thank you for having us this evening. I know it's a very special night, and I'll keep this very brief. Welcome to our community, as everyone has said. We're a very engaging community and a very diverse community, and we look forward to helping you out in any way that we possibly can. As the youngest member of the Democratic Committee, we are looking to start a Sayreville Young Dems Club. I believe we have a few interested individuals as well. So if you're interested, please reach out to Tom, and so we can start building this from the ground. And I also want to say thank you for your help for my last campaign from last year, although we were unsuccessful. Your help was very much appreciated, and we're looking forward to your help again as well. Thank you, and enjoy your night.
So just quickly, Kevin said, we need your help to win. It was a very difficult race for the Democrats throughout Middlesex County and honestly throughout the United States. And we've learned a lot, and we're going to keep on learning. But what we're going to, come May 7th, and I know I mentioned it to Mohammed, that Frank Pallone at our Democratic headquarters in ShopRite Plaza is going to be there. We're going to have Frank, and we're going to have Damon and Michelle, who's running. It's going to be our opening of the headquarters. We're going to have a hot dog rally, and we're also going to have the New Jersey Food Bank there. And I believe Mohammed wants to, we'll talk. But we're going to give out food to the needy there on May the 7th. So that's going to start at 12 o'clock. And there will be other dignitaries such as Yvonne Lopez, Joe Vitale, Frank Pallone, as well as the other commissioners. So it'll be a great time for you to meet the rest of the people, in the county as well. But we really, this year, Mohammed, I need your help. I need your young people to get out there. We need to win this race. We win, you win. That's all I can tell you. We're here for you. And I can't impress upon it more than I am. Thank you very much for allowing us to be here tonight. God bless everybody. God bless you all.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you, the team. So we will have a brief pause here. We will break our fast. After that, we have about 10 minutes, right, Shamir? So we'll have 10 minutes break. In that, we will thank the guests who have come. Thanks the guests as well as the neighbors. Then we will have our prayers followed by a dinner, quick dinner. Okay, we'll try to make it as quick as possible. Once again, thank you so much. So if you guys have to indulge yourselves in prayers, please do. Within a couple of minutes, within a few seconds, we should be breaking up.
Okay, inshallah. Thank you. Again, thank you very much. It was a pleasure to have you all with us tonight and this evening, that as we are breaking our fast. That doesn't mean that you are leaving. You are staying with us. You are staying with us. We will just go through our prayer, just open the fast, and after that we will have a prayer in congregation, and then we are all with you, and we will interact and chat around, as we say, inshallah. Right? Thank you very much again for all of your kind words, for all of your kind presence, and please feel free, and as we share our food and everything, you can enjoy. We'll talk to you later. Assalamu alaikum, brothers. After we're done with iftar, we will have the prayer inside in the office, inshallah. So everybody, once you are done, then we can. For now, please stay where you are and break your fast.
Assalamu alaikum. We're going to say the dua after breaking the fast. Allahumma laka sumtu wa bika amantu wa ala rizqika afsartu. Bismillah.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله. Please move inside, the prayer is in the hall. Come inside, come inside. Come inside, inshallah. Go in this room also. In this room also, you can go in the room. Umar, are you ready? Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, ashhadu anna Muhammadar Rasulullah, ashhadu anna Muhammadar Rasulullah. Hayya ala salah, hayya ala salah, hayya ala falah, hayya ala falah. قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
La ilaha illallah. Straighten the lines, fill in the gaps, and after yourself, inshallah. I'm not reading. Allahu Akbar. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. أفمن شرح الله صدره للإسلام فهو على نور من ربه فويل للقاسية قلوبهم من ذكر الله أولئك في ضلال مبين. الله نزل أحسن الحديث كتابا متشابها مثاني تقشعر منه جلود الذين يخشون ربهم ثم تلين جلودهم وقلوبهم إلى ذكر الله ذلك هدى الله يهدي به من يشاء ومن يضلل الله فما له من هاد أفمن يتقي بوجهه سوء العذاب يوم القيامة وقيل للظالمين ذوقوا ما كنتم تكسبون كذب الذين من قبلهم فأتاهم العذاب من حيث لا يشعرون. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. والتين والزيتون وطور سينين وهذا البلد الأمين لقد خلقنا الإنسان في أحسن تقويم ثم رددناه أسفل سافلين
إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات فلهم أجر غير ممنون فما يكذبك بعد بالدين أليس الله بأحكم الحاكمين الله أكبر سمع الله لمن حمده الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر سمع الله لمن حمده الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر السلام عليكم ورحمة الله السلام عليكم ورحمة الله
Okay, can I have everybody's attention, please? Please, if you can, if everybody can sit down, please have a seat. Okay. Okay. Please have a seat. Please sit down so we can be prepared to get the food, inshallah. Okay. Okay, pictures can be, inshallah. Please have a seat. Please have a seat. Kids, sit down, inshallah. Sit down, sit down. Okay. All right. Please sit down and the food will come to you. You don't have to go and get the food. So if everybody can have a seat. Yeah.
Brothers, please sit down. Just for quick 5 minutes, please. We'll be serving the food to you. Please sit down. Do we have neighbors today? Neighbors, okay. Good evening, everybody. I want to thank our neighbors who are here today, as well as all those serving across the government who have joined us. And I especially want to thank all the volunteers who have put in countless hours to keep this community center up and running. Our first annual Iftar recognizes the sacredness of Ramadan to more than 1.5 billion Muslims around the world. It is the time when Muslims recommit themselves to their faith, following days of discipline with nights of gratitude for the gifts that God has bestowed upon us. It's time of spiritual renewal and a reminder of one's duty to our fellow man, to serve one another and uplift the less fortunate. Our iftar is also a reminder of freedoms that binds us together as Americans, including the freedom of religion. That inviolable right to practice our faiths freely, and it is more important than ever, because around the world and here at home, there are those who seek to divide us by religion, race, or sect. Here in America, many people personally don't know someone who is a Muslim. They mostly hear about the Muslims in news, and that can obviously lead to a very distorted impression. We saw this play out recently and during the times of 2021 Thanksgiving, when we reached out to our neighbors and invited them to share an evening with us, who later described how the experience changed them and how they finally saw the Muslim American community for what it is, peaceful and welcoming. So tonight, we keep in our prayers those who are suffering around the world, including those marking Ramadan in the areas of conflict and deprivation and hunger. So these challenges around the world and here at home demand the very qualities we all summon every day during Ramadan: sacrifice, discipline, and patience. A resilience that says we do not simply endure, but we overcome. Together, we can overcome ignorance and prejudice. Together, we will overcome conflict and injustice, not just with words, but with deeds. May God bless you all. Jazakallah khair. Thank you once again, the guests who have joined us to break our fast with us. Thank you very much. God bless you.
So inshallah, we'll take this few minutes to have dinner, inshallah, and then afterwards we can ask any questions or so if you would like, inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. While you are enjoying your food, think about any questions. Think about any questions that you want to ask from the Democrats. think of any of the questions that you would like to ask to the Democrats. As soon as they are done with the food, you'll be given the opportunity to ask the questions.